In UK then, the Ghanaians were really happening. I came across them 1994, 1996 while I was a journalist. So, they had that groove. We also have Nigerian independence. But when they were having one big one attracting thousands of crowds, we will probably have about 6, 7 different ones, So I was just an MC, specifically for Casey. And then I went on to Mike for DJ Abbas. And I've started developing a real, passion for African music. I've always loved African music, contemporary African music. Or maybe African music, the Congo stuff. I now started recording mixes, just so it was obvious that I was promoting them. Let me just put it like that. Because I made sure that I was doing everything that a DJ for R&B then was doing. I was almost a nuisance. In fact, I could even pay you. Instead of you to pay me to DJ, you understand me? I will pay you to DJ and play
the song you wanted. That's how
play African music. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that was it. And this was before 1999.
All right, we're in the city of London, Tribe Urban Entertainment Studios. We're gonna be talking to Cynthia DJ MVP. She's a dynamic woman who's done it all. Started to learn about her journey, want to learn about her story, what she's done for the Afrobeats culture, and her next upcoming project.
Afrobeats lives here with DJ Who Be Dat.
Afrobeats is not just about music, it's the culture. A lot of the other sounds were being influenced by Afrobeats, whether they believe it or not. As a DJ, looking at the new, technology coming out, the decks, how more advanced it is. For Christ's sake, there's a DJ called DJ iPhone, and he DJs from his iPhone, and he's really dope.
Little brown girl. She's no longer bound, but bound to be great. Only success can dictate her footsteps. Yeah, she stands her ground. The same ground where she was once forced to face, palms down. You were a diamond in the dirt and couldn't see you were the MVP. Baby girl, fix your crown. You are able. This was destined before you started turning heads. Your talent was not just turning tables, little brown girl. There's strength in your melanin. Let faith in your success be your heroine. Life through challenges, you refused to be a mannequin. Because you're the little brown girl. Fix your crown, you're able.
It's nice to meet you today. How you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
Awesome. So Cynthia, tell us a little bit about yourself and your DJ life. So I want to hear about that. So tell us.
It's quite a broad question.
Yeah. Okay. So let's narrow it down. So you're into events. You're into entertainment. You have a studio. You have a lot of things with urban tribe.
Tribe Urban, yes.
Tribe Urban. So tell us about that. How'd that come about? Where that starts from?
So I always describe myself, when I describe myself, I say I wear many crowns because I'm a businesswoman, I'm a DJ, I'm an analyst, I'm a coder, I'm a mother, a wife, a lot of things. Artist as well. So I'm Cynthia DJ MVP. Professionally, I'm Cynthia Tabby. So I am co-founder and managing director of Tribe Urban Entertainment, which part of it is a media house, music recording studio, podcast studio, visual studio, radio station, artist development agency, and so many more. Apart from that, I've been DJing for about 13 years now and released my own EP, Little Brown Girl. Done quite a number of things. You might or might not know, I'm also the vice president of Nigeria DJs UK, working with DJ Steven, who's our president.
Nice. By DJ MVP?
Cynthia DJ MVP, yes.
Nice. Everything kind of goes together. That's great. So you've been in the UK for how long now?
Oh, wow. Over 20 years.
20 years. So when you came here, was Afrobeats even a thing?
Oh, Lord, no.
Right. So what kind of music were you listening to? Or
course.
having around back then, and tell me how that transitioned into what you do now.
So growing into a pretty much Christian sheltered environment, I didn't really get out there until when I started uni. And back in uni, it was more of bashment, funky house. Funky house was the craze back then. And even when I started DJing, and obviously I'm known as an Afrobeat specialist,
Right.
we would only have 15 minutes in a whole club night. So
Really?
it's 15-minute sets, and sometimes they would book like 2-3 Afrobeat DJs.
Wow.
And then it's like back to back, this and this. It's like, okay, time's off. And that 15 minutes, all you play is Gahulepa. You play Smoke Back Room or, Davido. And then the set is over and it's back to Bashman or Funky House. So that was
Nice.
it. So to actually see how much Afrobeat has evolved to this point is just amazing.
It is amazing. So from Bashman and from getting a 15-minute set to now you go to a club and you could hear all night, possibly that set. How did that happen over the time you've been DJing? Like, did you feel what influenced it, for instance? What made that trend happen? Did the DJ play a role in that?
Everyone had a role to play,
Okay.
and we've all been playing it for years. And it was bound to happen because a lot of the other sounds were being influenced by Afrobeats, whether they believe it or not. They were using a bit of our sound. Afrobeats is not just about music, it's the culture. It's the way we dress, it's the dance moves. And then, they were using our dancers. So of course our dancers were teaching them Afrobeat moves. The stylists were giving them, our cultural look. So there was no way we were not going to get bigger and start influencing other, genres and other cultures. Of course, it was bound to happen. But as you said, we all have a role to play. The DJs pushing and playing the tracks. So there'll be times when they'll be like, okay, less Afrobeats, more Bashman. You sneak in small Patoranking. You can sneak in small Timaya, you mix it with a little bit of Beanie Man just to tap into those people that enjoy Afrobeat.
Right.
Are like, yes, they'll connect with you as a DJ. And then the artists, the producers, being here in the media house, we have in-house producers, and a lot of them, when artists come in through the door, they book the studio and they play tracks with an element of Afrobeat, saying, hey, listen to this beat, what do you think? Is it something you jump on? Just producers doing that, we're pushing the sound, we're pushing Afrobeats. So everyone had a role to play, and we're all still playing it.
Nice, that's great. So is your type of production you do, it's not really Afrobeats, it's a combination? Is that what? Do you have a genre specific?
No, so the company is not genre specific.
That's good.
It's open, and the aim of Tribe Urban Entertainment is to give people within the Black, Asian, ethnic minority community a creative space to come. And we wanted to make sure it's a nice space, not just, a tin can, sweatbox, but we wanted to give an opportunity for people to come, harness their craft, engage with other like-minded people, grow. So growth is the main thing. Working together, collaboration is another thing we're big on. And it's just finding a way for us to prosper. It doesn't have to be just Afrobeats. It can be R&B, it can be grime, it can be anything. We're open to working with anybody.
That's great. I mean, now the genres are fusing together, right? We hear some hip hop here, a little bit of Thames here. You hear some R&B here, a little bit of something like Rama or somebody. So I think that transition is massive now. It's just the seamless synchronization between different genres, pretty much. So let's move on to how technology is helping everything now, right? And before I even say that, I want to talk about Afrobeats and Afrobeat.
Hey.
I know. So today you find a lot of our music in different genres, multiple genres, not just DJs, but artists as well. So that conversion is great, right? So when do you think that happened, really? You have any space in mind when you think it happened?
I think it's been happening for a while.
Slowly, right?
Slowly and gradually, because now that I think about it, years ago when I went on tour with Two-Face and we were in Paris, one of the biggest songs there was Johnny in French.
Yeah, that was big.
That was massive, right? Yemi Alade.
Yeah, that was
You know, so it's our artists tapping out and making, you know, the tracks we know into other languages.
Right.
You know, like, for example, Afrobeat collaborating with the Spanish, you know, on Joanna, and just different things. Same thing Rema's done now with Selena Gomez. So it's been happening. You know, all the collaboration we've done with all these American artists, Davido, Meek Mills, Rick Ross, you know, it's been there in the works. And it's now that other people are catching on and saying, rah, like these Afrobeats people, they know what they're doing, they're onto something. Let's do more with them. So
that's great.
It's been happening.
So you think it's Afrobeat with the S or Afrobeat with the other? Yeah. What's the difference?
Are people not tired of this
No.
topic?
Here's why. It's not a topic. It's interesting because you see the international community in Nigeria, if you have that conversation, right? But in the international community, they know Afrobeats, right?
Mm-hmm.
S or no, they just know it's Afrobeats, right? So, but there is that conversation happening. So, from a DJ's perspective, what are your thoughts on that?
From my perspective, from Cynthia's perspective, it's a distraction.
Okay.
It's a massive distraction. It's a conversation that does not need to be happening. I don't know why people are having it. I feel like people need to focus. And the focus is, we are getting bigger. Let's build our platforms. Let's have our own genre on iTunes and make it big and big and big. Or focusing on S, no S. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all one.
Right.
So I feel more people having this divide, I see more as a divide and distraction more than it's helping the culture. Let's help the culture. Changing the name now or trying to change the name or blocking each other is going to push us back and take us steps back when we've gone way further than ever. So for me, it's a distraction. I hate that conversation so much.
That's good. It's good to get your opinion on it. You know, it's really nomenclature, right? You can put anything.
You can put anything.
So
at the end of the day, they will still see us as the same.
Right.
Not trying to be racial, but they'll still see us as the same. We're making that kind of African music. You know, we're making good music. We're making hip life. We're making, you know, Afro swing, Afro this, Afro that. It's all sub-genre. It's still African music. So I know everyone likes to say, oh, Fela, you know, let's take it back to, you know, the Ghana hip life, high life, whatever the case might be. But let's let's forget about that, because you can never forget your roots.
Right.
But let's look forward. So let's just say we're Africans making African music. Under African music, there are sub-genres. And let's move on.
that is great. Now, how do we move forward?
It's set up this way, so people Dame Dash was here last year.
Really? That's cool.
He was in here. So that's quite big.
That's good. Yeah, that's major.
I would say we the DJs, we put in more work, at least 98%. Because sometimes you get to play the songs when no one knows the song and everyone looking at you like, what is this guy doing? What song is this? The song can come out today and it can be number one in the next 2 years. That's how quick and that's how fast.
If you're going to say Afrobeats, obviously you're going to take the whole of African music. Exactly. Put it in one. Right. But some people still refuse to follow that trend of Afrobeats. Some do, not all of them. I mean, look at Amapiano. Are you going to put Amapiano Afrobeats? To us, we know it is.
Yeah.
It is. You know it is. It's Afro.
Yeah.
But we'll say something. If we know we don't want to use that Afrobeats, then we need to create a name. But will it be accepted? Because look, we still have, how many years have we started and we're saying Afrobeats? People haven't accepted it fully. So we want to change it again. Let's roll with time, you know? So it's time.